Such an amazing view. Dale, you're the project coordinator on this for HomeWrights. How's it been to work with Bryan on this massive project?
Bryan is what I would call a dream client.
Yeah? How so?
Well, he's very excited about what he's doing. So, you know, that's a huge part of it right there. Just wanting to do and be a part of this project is priceless.
And it sounds like this is a lifetime experience for you. You haven't really done anything like this before at this scope?
No. And you know, you have the ideas of how it's supposed to come, you know, how it's going to happen rather.
Yeah.
But there, you know, you don't know until you get into it, right? Just like most things, right? So this is something we've been planning for a while to build a house.
Sure.
You know, HomeWrights, we found them when we were stationed in Korea. And I was, I was like, oh, thank goodness they actually will work, because they, you know, mostly out of Denver, they'll work down in Monument and now Sea Springs and stuff, is because I wanted to do this, but I don't live here, right?
Yeah.
So I'm coming in fresh, you know, so I don't know who to call, I don't know who to do, you know, all those things. So finding HomeWrights was like a godsend, you know, when we found them. And then of course, but like I said, so it's been a long time coming to plan the whole thing out and figure out. So it's kind of neat that we're almost maybe 2 months, month and a half from finishing.
Yeah.
You know, and the house is coming along the way we want it to, which is really awesome. Yeah.
So bottom line it for us, for anybody who's watching this for the first time, they don't understand the owner-builder model, how has HomeWrights made this process easier for you?
Peace of mind. It's probably the way I could kind of sum it up. Peace of mind and knowing that that as we're going through it, we're not stressing too much about are we doing things right, you know? We're not stressing too much because we kind of saw it coming. In other words, with the estimator, the forecast, all those things that show, you know, all the things that you should expect to see are coming through, you know? There's always minor things depending on the subcontractor that, you know, oh, I didn't expect that one. But, you know, neither did Dale. You know, it's just something new. It's like these guys do it a little bit different because we found somebody new that they haven't used before or whatever. Anyway, so, but for the most part, you know, that peace of mind of going through the process, building the house, knowing that somebody's got your back, and knowing that you've planned this out to the nth detail, that you're going to be able to flex to whatever comes up and not get too stressed about it. It's pretty much stay on budget and on time. So that's the biggest thing. It's been awesome.
Yep. All right. Dale, any final words you want to say about that?
Well, Bryan did such a good job planning ahead that it's my challenge to find things throughout the house that he's not aware of.
Gotta love that, huh?
Yes.
That's great.
Works out great. We complement each other.
Well, you've got a beautiful home here. I'm looking forward to seeing it completely finished, and I'll be here for the dinner party, of course.
There you go. Big barbecue. That's the plan.
Bryan, what a cool view at the second level. Tell me
that's obviously by design. Again, everything's facing southwest with all the big windows and everything. And we like the idea. We owned a house in Virginia that had the 2-story loft looking down. You know, the boys' room was upstairs. Ours was on the main. Anyway, it was just kind of a nice thing to have, to be able to see the whole house from the second floor. So this was a major part of the design of the house, which restricts you. You know, now you got to force your bedrooms to the outside, right?
Sure.
Now you have the walkways that go. So anyway, the design of the house changed when we decided to make sure we did that. So this is a loft area here, and both of us like to work out and stuff, but we don't want to work out in the dungeon. We have, you know, we're going to have a weight room downstairs eventually in the finished basement when we finish it. But this is the area we're going to put cardio equipment. So the idea is you come up here, you work out, you can see everybody, talk to everybody, and look out the back window and get an idea and be inspired to continue to work out.
Got a view of the mountains over there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on a good day.
That's
not today. So up here will be all hardwood flooring, and we'll put that all in once everything goes in, to include the stairs, because they're all kind of connected. So as you can see, these are all just temporary guardrails, stuff like that. This will go in after most of the major stuff is done in about 3 weeks or so. We'll have someone install that, or we'll do it ourselves. So this is one of the bedrooms over here. So this is just going to be a spare bedroom. Looks out the front. Not a bad view by any means. We've got trees on the front side of the property.
Nice. And
it might be kind of hard to see, but we don't really have any lights on in here. Well, actually, let me side through. These might be on. No lights on in here. Fine. But anyway, so some of the tile.
The bath.
What's that?
A nice bath.
Yeah. And then the other one will have a little more light. But the tile work is done in there, the tile in the shower. This will be the boys' bedroom over here. So it's all painted. This will all be carpeted.
Excellent.
And the doors will go in again once. The countertops are supposed to go in the bathrooms. So that's what we're waiting on. Once that goes in, then we can start putting the doors in. We just don't want them to scratch everything as they're
Did you make many design changes after you started, as you went along here, or did you pretty much stick
only
to the
some
plan?
minor stuff, like, Jen's like, I want to have, this was supposed to just be an entryway.
Yeah.
This is like a Jack and Jill bath, so it's got vanities, the lavatory here where you have the sinks, and then you go in, and of course you have the shared toilet and shower. Anyway, so this is supposed to be a passageway. And she goes, I want to be able to shut that, so I want pocket doors. I'm like, okay. So I told the framers, like, all right. So anyway, so that's what happened. It was just a quick change. Didn't cost anything, and we put pocket doors, one on each side.
Yeah.
Of course, it costs to buy the door, but as far as the framing and stuff was fairly
But again, you're acting as the contractor, so it's your call on the spot.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get to change it as you like.
Right, and if it's a huge major change for whoever the sub is, in this case the framers, then of course we'd have to talk about it, but that was super minor. But, it makes a big difference, right?
That's great.
To have a door or no door when you have two boys sitting here and they get to be teenagers and one wants to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and like, turn it off the light, all that stuff. It's just nice. That was a good idea on her part to put that in there.
Yep, perfect.
So this again, the loft. And then we wanted the laundry room on the same level, so we had that put in over here. You can see the tile is in there.
Oh, yeah.
Finish out the trim on that.
Did you do the tile, or you get a tile?
No, we hired a guy to do the tile.
Okay.
He did a great job. He and his buddy, man. Oh, tight. Anyway, so this is the master. Kind of vaulted ceiling too, just like the other side.
Of course, we'll have a lovely view once everything's cleaned up here a little bit.
Yeah. You can see the shingle roof's on, but the metal roof is not. This is too low of a slope for regular asphalt shingles. So it'll be metal, but they're waiting for paint to be done. You can see they just finished this part. It looks awesome.
Sure.
But anyway, once that's done, that'll be nice. This will be carpeted as well. But here's the tile I was talking about where you can kind of get an idea. This will be a freestanding tub, and we wanted a wood-looking kind of wall, but it's tile.
That is
obviously.
beautiful.
Thanks. And then the tile floor. We put the cabinets in, double sink, vanity over here. That's over there is just a linen closet. But then this is the shower. So we wanted to have a decent sized shower. I don't know if you can get a good shot of that or not.
Oh, yeah.
And so the idea is, we like the whole rock floor kind of thing. That was kind of cool. And the tile goes up the sides. And then to accent or kind of complement, we use the same type of wood-looking tile in the back and the niche there.
That is neat.
And then two shower heads.
Sure.
So all that worked out pretty good. This is just a walk-in closet for our clothes and stuff, and then of course the toilet room.
Neat. Very cool.
So you can see that guy did a great job. It looks really awesome. They used the Schluter stuff, the metal trim instead of bullnose. We like that.
So let me ask you, what have been some of your biggest learnings as an owner-builder?
I don't know. There's so much. I don't know if there's one that is biggest. I would guess the biggest thing is ensuring your subs and have everything they need. And I don't mean just the materials. That's kind of easy when you think about it, because you let them, you know what you're supposed to get for them. You ask them and they tell you and all that stuff. You just make sure all the stuff is here. But what I mean by having everything you need, when there is, like, for instance, the installation guys are going before the drywall guys, right? Mm-hmm. And before the installation guys are the framing guys, right? So you need to know what insulation and framing need, to have, insulation and drywall need to have done by the framers before they leave.
So the sequencing, you better be paying attention.
Well, sequencing and what should really be done right down to the detail before the next folks show up. Like, for example, way back when we did the excavation, the guy who did the excavation did an outstanding job with Kellogg. The guy's name is Luke. We love that guy. Anyway, so he came in and excavated the entire hole. And when the foundation guys came in, I said, "You guys need anything? What else you need?" I tell them everything that's going on, and they go, "Yeah, the name of the guy who dug this hole," because he'd done it so perfectly. They didn't have to really do anything to get their forms ready. They just had to put the forms in and pour the concrete. They didn't have to regrade or anything like that. So that's what I'm saying. So when the drywall guys come in, and they go, "Well, that wall's crooked and that one's a little off. That one needs to be changed." Now those things have to be fixed before they get started.
Sure.
So that's kind of what I mean, is making sure the subs do their job completely. You know what I mean? And Dale can help me out with that, so that when the next guy comes in, he's not like, "I can't really get started because of."
Right.
So that's kind of what I mean.